live at NADA 2024 with my friend John Ellis. And John, you're going to walk us through the Agile Auto product here?
Yeah, I'd love to give you the demo of the A Auto by Agile Auto. I'd love to hear some feedback. Please tell us what you think.
All right, cool. Let me switch the camera here, and then you take the controls.
All right.
Let's see here. That's one thing, they don't have it down as good as Facebook as far as the controls. All right, take it away, my friend.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, hey, look, today we're going to talk to you about A Auto. A Auto is our acquisition management platform, but really it's bigger than that. It's a dealer operational platform. What you're going to see here today is we teach dealers how to find their inefficiencies fast, or if there are none, how to step on the accelerator and grow their business. We do this with one simple tool. It's called the Agile Ratio. It's a dealer health score. It takes in KPIs all across the used car department, even market industry KPIs like appreciation and depreciation trends in the market, channel management. And it brings all those together to show a dealer if they're operating optimally, or if they need to pause and go fix some operational inefficiencies, or if they can step on the accelerator and run faster. So let's take a look real quick.
Excellent.
Agile Auto is A Auto's parent company. And what we've done is we've built a dashboard, a very simple, easy to read dealer dashboard. And at the very top, you'll notice the Agile Ratio. That is a dealer health score. You're going to see that integrated in VenQ and other
That right there.
Yeah, that's the Agile Ratio.
Okay.
As you can see, right now it's on the right side of the temperature gauge, right?
Yep.
And that's indicating that the dealer's over leveraged. There's some operational inefficiencies.
Okay.
And before they speed up, they need to pull back and find those inefficiencies. And what happens is when you click on that, it'll take them right to the department where the inefficiencies are occurring. If it's in the middle, that means the dealer's optimal, and they can step on the accelerator until they become unoptimal. Keep growing incrementally until it gets to economies of scale. Now, if you're on the left-hand side of that, all that means is you're optimal, but you're very conservative. You're really taking a cautious approach to a market where you can grow.
So you're missing opportunities.
You're missing opportunity. And basically, we lay it out in the very beginning with three major operational key points of the dealership. Acquisition strategy to the left.
So that's this one right here.
Yeah, so you can see you have a weekly goal, both in wholesale and direct, so direct to consumer, or what you have to get outside the store.
Talk to me about the weekly goal. That's the number of units that you're looking to acquire.
When you have a sales goal and a unit goal, to meet that sales goal, we break it down by weekly numbers, so that you can get that elephant bit one bite at a time.
Okay.
And we also take in appreciation and depreciation calculations to the market to see if you want to buy a little bit more earlier or a little bit more later, so you can get those economies of sales.
All right.
Yeah. So this tracks how we're doing every week on our acquisition plan, so we don't get behind.
So now you've got, you see exactly where you are in real time.
Yeah, in real time every day. And listen, this can be fed in by VenQ, by Stockwave, wherever you buy your cars.
Okay.
You don't have to do a manual entry here. You can, but you don't have to. Of course, you can click add and do a manual entry.
Yeah.
And then what we do here is we go and we track their unit sales goal or their gross goal. So right now, unit sales goal is 128. This demo shows they have 96 units.
Okay.
Right? And then September of last year, they were at 118.
Okay.
So
beautiful.
That's where they were last year. That's where they want to be this year, and that's where they're trending.
So you see where you are, where you're at compared to last year, trending up, down,
and then it's in green, meaning he's pacing to hit that number.
Okay.
So if it was in orange or red, you would say you're not pacing.
Okay.
So right now he is on track for the days left in the month and how he's pacing per month.
So you actually have a plan while you're going. You're not waiting till the 11th hour to figure out.
Right.
Get on the phone. We need a few more deals.
Every week. And the other part of the main dashboard is how are we going to finish this month and start next month? We want to make sure that we don't forget about how we're going to start next month as we're trying to win this month. And so as you can see, the optimal number of inventory was 300.
Yeah.
They're at 256. They're kind of on the low side.
Okay.
And they're not in the red yet, but they're trending a little bit slow in inventory.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure they get as close to that 300 as possible, because what that's going to do is start their grounded inventory on a 30-day supply of their sales rate day one.
Okay.
So they can start with a bang the first week of the month and not be worried about acquiring cars to get the next month bought and sold in one. So that's how those three work. Now, as I mentioned, there's so much more to this, and you're going to see this in a minute. But knowing your Agile Ratio knows your operational health. So think about this. Your Agile Ratio is like going to the general practitioner, and your blood pressure, your temperature, right, your blood sugar, all those things. Am I healthy? If you're healthy, you're great. That's your Agile Ratio. If you're not healthy, we're going to tell you which specialist to go to.
Okay.
Auto Trader, VenQ, wherever else you need to go to get those areas of the business that are inefficiently operating and shored up. We do that by, this is dashboard section number 2, by tracking how you do during the week from direct from consumer and from wholesale. So your peak
all of your sources in one spot.
Okay. And then every day you can see, am I meeting my week's goal by how I'm tracking by the day? And as you can see, we track whether you're plus or minus in those buckets. We always want you to buy more from the consumer than wholesale, but we have to make it
a
up
lot less.
Yeah. And then what we do is we track the sources. Are you maximizing the right sources of channel management, right? So you've said you wanted to buy 25% or less out of auction and 50% from the direct. Well, guess what? You are right at pacing.
Okay.
If any of this gets out of round, it'll turn red, and you'll know you're being over leveraged in a source you said was not your best source. The machine learning learns that and will start predicting that for you. And then in the middle is your aging landscape. So as you can see, you can look by source, segment, or view the all trends. And right now we're just looking at the age, 0 to 30, 31 to 45, 45 plus, and how each one of these price points, how much their cars cost. Okay. So my price band segments are aging out of the inventory into the next bucket. And if you choose the different views, we get a little more granular on another page. But in a moment's notice, you can see how you're aging. 7 and 3 tell you what's moving right now. And it keeps your head on blade.
Nice.
Right? And then finally, looking at the acquisition performance by channel, we can look at volume, turn, and then gross profit. So right now it's set on volume, but we want to know is, am I maximizing the right channels that have the best turn, the highest gross, right? And am I matching that with the best volume?
Right.
And then finally, we show the dealer, you're growing 16%, but the market's growing 10%. You thought you were doing great, but you're only growing 2%.
Right,
so you're riding a wave that's already there. We want to beat that wave and take market share. So we always help the dealer manage through new, used, and overall at the regional and national level, how they're trending.
Now, what does this tie into? DMS, or what does it tie into?
Yeah, so DMS, your inventory management system, VenQ is our partner. So if you're a VenQ client, you're automatically integrated. So we can drive all your data in there from there. But here's some of the granular areas. Remember I told you that if you find your agile ratio is not where it needs to be, then you can dig down and find out what areas are needing the attention. And then the used car profit area, this is where we can look at your gross per unit and see how you're pacing towards the budget you said you wanted.
Okay.
Right? So you can always check and see if your departmental gross is matching and if your net gross is matching. And then we look at that, as you can see, by all the indicators, right? Current used cars in stock, used cars month to date, by month. So we can see how the months are trending. And this is where the month trending comes. So you can see what are your best months seasonally, and did that match last year's seasonal best month? Or was there an anomaly, right? We look at wholesale profit and loss. We don't take anything into account to get for your total departmental gross. Because again, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is grow departmental gross as efficiently as possible. Markets determine front-end gross.
Right.
Dealer processes, understanding operational inefficiencies, and shoring them up, determine departmental gross.
Your largest opportunity for profit is in operational practice.
Absolutely, and that's what this helps with. As you can see here, this is how we track each month how we're doing in our efficiencies for our aged inventory and sold, right? So as you can see, we track August, September, October. You can see this for a year if you want to, and we're looking at bleed through. So am I month after month reducing the amount of inventory that I've got moving from bucket to bucket to bucket? I want to maximize my 0 to 30 and, if best, my 31 to 45, but I don't want to have to go into that 45 plus, and this is where you trend and track that right here each month.
So you're always ahead of the game.
And this is my favorite part.
That's your favorite part.
The agile ratio is the key to the whole thing. Dealer health score tells the dealer in a moment's notice, without any effort, am I operational efficient? This tells a group in a region, is my operation efficient on a broader scale?
So this is your enterprise dashboard?
Yes.
Okay.
So as you can see, you look, well, right now what you're looking at is a centralized buying team dashboard. So Chelsea, Amy, Joan, and Irene are all buyers for the central team or for the store. Okay. And what we're looking at is how they're buying. So they have these stores underneath them. Chelsea's got store 1, 2, 3, and 4. She buys for those stores. Okay. And if she's buying for those stores, either in the store or at a centralized location, she knows in a moment's notice if this store can handle more inventory or not. And if not, it'll alert her and her manager to go in and find out where they're over leveraged and if they need to pull back or if they're buying the wrong inventory.
Or if they need to shift.
If they need to shift. And so this is what allows your buying team either in the store or outside of the store, just have a moment's glance at the health of the store they're buying for. Because look, we buy an aggregate and then distribute it to the stores. Stores ask for more inventory, but maybe they can't afford it, and maybe it's not the right time. And then
this looks at all the variables.
All the variables. And then the group comparison. This is a real impressive enterprise dashboard, because as you can see, if I'm a region manager or a group leader, I get to see my stores as a region leader and compare them to the other region.
It's the wall of fame or the wall of shame?
Fame or the wall of fame. And as you can see, retail sold, trade ratio, goals, all of the things that we measure in operational dashboard, but the measurement indicator is the A ratio. Who has aligned best to their A ratio, which would be a 1. And as you can see, as a demo, this is all 1.2. But you would see them all across the board. And the ones that were closest to 1, that were starting to put their foot on the accelerator, are the ones that want to win, and those are the ones you congratulate. The ones that are under 1 or above 1, way over, meaning over leverage, those are the
opportunity
ones
for training.
Let's win this game. Let's get the checkers back on the board, and let's start playing chess. It's really exciting. So we're really excited. Here's our favorite part. You get to move this dashboard all around, so this dashboard can be dark, it can be light. A GM can take the revenue and unit goal and move it to the right. These things move around
just
like
click and drag.
Oh, it's so fun to play with it, because you get it just like your eye wants to see it.
Yeah.
And then finally, let's see, this, my favorite. So that's how it's integrated into VenQ dashboard. So as you can see, if you're a VenQ dealer and you want to know your dealer health score and how to run faster in VenQ, you have our Agile ratio right on your dashboard. So you can see here, this dealer probably needs to take a look at some processes before they go and buy more cars. And VenQ can help them do that, but they need to go into our software first.
Right.
And have it will actually light up in the areas that they are inefficient. So they don't have to go find it. It'll light up and show them what areas they need to pay attention to. They clean those up and come back to VenQ and buy more cars.
What's deployment look like?
So right now, the Agile ratio is available to VenQ dealers as a pilot.
Yeah.
We launch in April 1 with the full software solution.
Okay.
So we can start signing dealers up as early as March.
Okay.
And then we'll get them onboarded in
Onboarding takes how long?
30 days to 45 days max, depending on the size of the group.
Okay.
Yeah. And by April 1, by the end of April, we can have everybody up and loaded. So here at NADA, this week what we're doing is we're demoing the Agile ratio.
Yeah.
Dealers can come by and put in their own last number of sales, this month's number of sales, inventory on the ground, a few other key indicators.
Yeah.
And we'll produce a kind of a quasi-Agile ratio for them.
Okay.
And then they can sign up for our pilot launch, which will have special promo pricing for life for dealers that want to join and sign up in April.
What's the booth number here?
4241 West. We're in the VenQ booth. As I said, we're integrated into VenQ, so we're co-solutioning with them in their booths today.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot, John. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Paul.